Morning, book nerds. So today I have woken up at a ridiculously stupid time in the morning. So what do you do when that happens to you? You decide maybe you should just do a 24-hour readathon, which is what I'm going to do today. I have got a stack of books that I right here that I want to read and I want to get through. So I'm going to actually do full 24 hours. I'll put a timer on. I'll pause it for things like toilet breaks and getting food and any phone calls I might have to do. But other than that, we are going to read for the full 24 hours. We're not going to take any pauses and go to sleep. We are just going to do 24 hours of reading. So let's talk about the books that I've got. The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson to read, which is one that I've been looking forward to reading for ages. I actually just got the Waterstones exclusive edition, which has got the really pretty naked hardback to it. Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Overgrowth by Mira Grant. The Butcher's Masquerade by Matt Dinnerman, which is the fifth Dungeon Crawler Carl. I've also got Court of Blood and Bindings by Lizette Marshall. And finally, Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, because I've had that one on the list for ages. So I don't expect to get through all of these. Some of these are some big books, but hopefully we will get through a few of them. So I'm going to get myself a coffee. I'm maybe get something to eat before we start, because it is like 4:45 in the morning, and we'll get going on one of these. I think I might start with Catabasis. However she says it. She has a video where she says it, and she says she doesn't care how it's pronounced, because she's just, you know, she says that she would never want to judge anybody for pronouncing anything wrong, because she pronounces things wrong all the time. I'll keep you up to date as the hours go by, and I'll see you soon. Alright, we're going to start our stopwatch then. Okay, so I am 1 hour and 37 minutes in. I'm 100 pages into Catabasis. Right now, all I have in my head is Dragon Ball, because they're trying to make their way through the different circles of hell to King Yama and Lord Yama in this, sorry, not King Yama. Obviously in Dragon Ball, there's a Lord Yama in that, and my husband's very nicely just gone and got me a hot chocolate, and it's all Christmassy. So I'm just going to drink a little bit of this. I've made myself presentable for the day, and I'm going to carry on with my book in a second. Okay, so we are 3 hours and 40 minutes in, and I am about nearly halfway, 250 pages into Catabasis. Honestly, I'm enjoying it. It's an interesting book. Gone through the first two levels, so Pride and Desire, and they were about to try and get into Greed, but then they found Elspeth. So yeah, interesting. There's been a little bit of betrayal. You're getting to understand a little bit more about the history between Alice and Peter, which is also there's stuff there, but it's not giving you too much. So it's that little bit of nugget that keeps you going. So yeah, enjoyable book so far, but 3 hours and 40 minutes into my 24 hours of reading so far. I've just taken a break
to get something to eat because I didn't have any breakfast until now. Feeling pretty perky right now. I woke up feeling pretty bad this morning. I felt like I had a cold coming on. I felt like I was getting sick, but that seems to have gone after a little while. So yeah, feeling good about it. I'm going to keep going. I have somebody interrupting my reading. Can't see can see some fake ears. Good one. We are on 4 hours 43 and I'm on page 333. There are 560 pages in this book, so another 230 pages to go and I'll move on to the next one. I'm hoping to get this done by lunchtime, so then I can move on to one of the smaller ones to hopefully get another couple of the smaller ones done by then, but we'll see. Have about 160 pages to go. We're getting there. Just made myself a coffee. We're on... What time are we on? 5 hours and 23 minutes. So, not too bad for a 500-page book. Getting there. I'm enjoying it. I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but I am enjoying it. I'll give a little bit more of a wrap-up before I move on to the next book, and I will give a more thorough wrap-up when I've slept after I finish this video. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think I struggled to get into it a little bit at the beginning. It's very heavy on magical theory, so if that's not your thing, you are going to struggle with this book. But I'm going to probably speak to you next when I finish the book, whenever that is. Another hour or an hour and a half or so. And we'll be done. Okay, so we are 6 hours and 48 minutes into the 24 hours, and that is Catabasis done. 541 pages. The last 100 pages were a little bit of a slog, I'm not gonna lie. There's just a lot of theory. Like I said before, there's a lot of theory and a lot of philosophy, so it's a little bit heavier in that respect. I expected, I feel like more adventure. I expected more adventure when it came to going through the different levels of hell. I expected a little bit more in depth around those levels, but they skipped over quite a few. So, as I said, I will give a more in-depth review of it once I've got some sleep at the end of the 24 hours and I've had a chance to think about it. But that is this book done. What I'm going to go on to next is my Smut and Sip version of A Court of Blood and Bindings by Lizette Marshall. So this is the beautiful Smut and Sip copy, which has got the signed. This is 376 pages. So this is what we're going to start reading next. I've paused it at 7 hours and 4 minutes because it is time to eat something. So I've got a sandwich that my husband very lovingly got for me. I'm about 20 pages into A Court of Blood and Binding. So I'll take a bit of a break and then I will get back to reading this. Hopefully I'll get this read in a couple of hours. It's like nearly 376-ish pages. It's fine. We can ignore you in the background. Okay, just ignore me. I'm not here. 10 hours and 49 minutes and I've now finished my second book. I actually enjoyed this book. It's one of a series, so thanks, Smut and Sip. So, we're now going to move on to Alchemy of Secrets. I keep calling it Academy of Secrets. Alchemy of Secrets. And that is 322 pages long. So, this one hopefully shouldn't take too long. We hope, right? Okay, we're officially at the 12-hour mark. So we're 2 books down and just over 80 pages into Alchemy of Secrets. Just another 12 hours to go. We are 14 hours and 39 minutes and I've finished Academy. I keep saying Academy of Secrets. It's Alchemy of Secrets. Alchemy of Secrets. Starting to flag a bit now. I am getting a bit tired. 14 hours of reading will do that to you. Now, what is the next book we're going to read? Do we dive in to one of the big ones? So the Raven Scholar is 643 pages. The Butcher's Masquerade is many, many more. 705 or 6. Or do I read Overgrowth? I don't know if I'm in the mood to read Overgrowth, and I'm a bit tired and I don't want to like wreck my pretty book. I don't know what to do. What do I do? What do I do? Let's have a look at the blurbs. So, the Raven Scholar, after 24 years on the throne, it's time for Berson the Brusque, Emperor of Oran, to bring his reign to an end. In the dizzying heat of midsummer, 7 contenders will compete to replace him. Trained at rival monasteries, each contender is inspired by a sacred animal: fox, raven, tiger, ox, bear, monkey and hound. An 8th, the Dragon Proxy, will be revealed once the trials have begun. 8 exceptional warriors, thinkers, strategists, the best of the best. Then one of them is murdered. It falls to the brilliant but idiosyncratic Nima. I was like, I'm tired. Did I just read that right? Nima Crap. This is a really heavy book. This is the thing as well. Like, I'm getting tired. Is like a book this size the best thing for me to sit and read? Nima Kra to investigate. Kra? As she hunts for a killer, darker forces are gathering. If Nima succeeds, she could win the throne, whether she wants it or not. But if she fails, she will sentence herself to death and set in motion a sequence of events that could doom the Empire. From an electrifying new voice in epic fantasy, the Raven Scholar is massively woven and playfully inventive tale of magical intrigue. No, that's to say magical at all. Imperial intrigue, not even close. Wasn't even close. Cutthroat competition and one scholar quest to uncover the truth. So there's that one. And then The Butcher's Masquerade. Carl and Princess Donut refuse to be prey in the 5th book in the best-selling Dungeon Crawler Carl series by Matt Dinniman. Now with bonus material exclusive to this print edition. Attention, attention, the gates are down. The hunters are loose. Run, run, run. A lush jungle teeming with danger. Savage dinosaurs seeking blood. A fallen princess intent on revenge. Oh no, sorry, on vengeance. Maybe I shouldn't be reading it this time. A mysterious end of floor celebration.
Be interested in 8 hours.
I know. A mysterious end of floor celebration for the top crawlers dubbed the Butcher's Masquerade. But that's not all. Just when Coast Guard vet Carl, I can't say that fast, and his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut, think they've seen it all as they compete to survive in the galaxy's most popular game show, the latest dungeon level introduces a terrible new threat, the 6th floor, the hunting grounds. As the remaining crawlers battle for their lives, outside tourists are finally allowed to enter the game and they are ready to hunt. Among them is Ra, a famed veteran hunter determined to collect the biggest trophy of her career, but her prey is far from harmless and this season is fighting back.
I think you enjoyed Dungeon Crawler Carl most.
I don't know. It's just a big book to try and read.
It's the biggest of the books.
I know. I feel pretty pleased I've read 3 so far.
The last thing you want is something that's going to be a slog.
Yeah, but the 3rd Dungeon Crawler Carl was a slog. Because like the Iron Tangle just was not it. It was a lot to deal with. Do I try and read The Raven Scholar? I don't know. They're both fantasy. But I'm worried just about my tiredness and how the sheer weight of these and then falling on my face. Or me just getting more tired because my limbs can no longer hold them up. If I'm tired, I don't want to be reading like The Raven Scholar, which everybody raves about, and like not give it a fair chance. And then like the same with Overgrowth, because like the plot seems very interesting in Overgrowth. And I don't want to be tired and just be like, ugh. Oh, so many pages. Alright, well, we're going to read this then. If I next see you with some sort of bruise on my forehead, do you know what happened? Around 17 minutes and 17 hours and 42 minutes. And I'm struggling. I've actually just had to go back and reread an entire chapter in this book because I don't think I took any of it in because I was too tired and I was like, felt like I'd fallen asleep and wasn't sure what was going on, so I've not made a lot of progress in this book. Okay, we've finally made it. So that's the 24-hour mark. It's 20 to 8 in the morning, so I'm gonna take a snooze and I will talk to you when I've woken up and I can make more sense, because right now I feel like you're just gonna get delirious. Just nothing's gonna make sense. Alright, I'm back to the world of the living. I've had a couple hours sleep, changed my clothes, feeling a lot better. So let's talk about the books that we read then last night. So, got the 4 of them. I don't know what I've done with my Dungeon Carl dust jacket. It's downstairs somewhere. So we started off with the Catabasis. I still don't know how I feel about this one on reflection. Like, I feel like I enjoyed it, but I felt, as I've said in like the vlogging section, it was just very heavy on like the theory. So if you like to get into sort of more philosophical debates or theology, which is what I felt like although a lot of it was, they referenced a lot of philosophers. There's a lot of religious lore here as well around like hell, and there's obviously a lot of references like to Dante's Inferno because it's all the different layers of hell. I mean, I thought that the book would build up a little bit before like the professor goes, but you literally start when the professor's died, and it's Alice and her academic rival Peter, who both were advisees to the professor, and they both going down to hell to try and bring him back. It's a journey which discloses a lot of back history, a lot of the secrets, a lot of the things that they've kept to themselves. Yeah, like I said in the vlog, I kind of thought there would be more on the journey or the circles of hell, and there really wasn't. I enjoyed it. I feel like I need to have a longer video on it and catalogue my thoughts a bit better and really examine parts of it and do a proper analysis. But overall, it was an enjoyable read. 500 pages. It was a good start. Then we went on to The Court of Blood and Bindings by Lizette Marshall. Like I said, this is my Smut and Sip edition, which is just Smut and Sip do the most beautiful naked hardbacks. Every single one of them is a naked hardback, and it's just, they're just stunning. The only thing is, this is 1 of 5 now, and I'm mad about it. So this is Creon and M and Emmeline, and I'm still not a big Fae fan. I think it's just because they're so shoved in your face. It's all Shadow Daddies, it's all Fae, and all the different courts and things like that. And it feels like the originality has been lost in that area. I can imagine it was the same when Twilight came out. I'm too old I wasn't around when the Twilight craze came out. I've never read it. I don't intend to. I am not the demographic for Twilight. But I think it was the same thing in that it was all vampires and werewolves. However, saying that, I did enjoy this book. I liked she's supposed to be a foundling that doesn't know that she's half fate. Well, she knows she's got powers. I liked the magical system in this. I thought it was interesting that it was using the colours and you had to wear the colour to be able to pull it. Felt a bit similar to like Mistborn in a way, in that magic system requires something or an exchange to be able to harness that magical power. I liked that there's the history, that there's this reason as to why he's the Silent Death. Overall, really enjoyed it. It was a nice, fast-paced book. Read it really, really fast actually. I enjoyed it. I said, now I thank you very much, Smut and Sip. I need to read the other 4 books in the series, so thank you for that. Then I read Alchemy of Secrets. Now, this is what I think, and again, needs a bit further analysis, because I was talking to my husband about it when I was having a quick break, and I feel like Stephanie Garber, she tries to make her books feel almost fantastical, have this fantastical world. There's always a mystery character, and which you question the motivations. So it's like, I said to my husband, it's almost Wonka-esque. You've got that man behind, or Wizard of Oz, you've got the man behind the veil, and you're not sure who it is, what their motivations are. I enjoyed this one. It's got a contemporary feel to it. The only thing that started to get on my nerves was a little bit, it was the flip-flopping. There's so much flip-flopping. Oh, I can trust him. Can't trust him. Oh, I can trust the other guy. Oh, I can't trust him. And it just went backwards and forwards too much. It was like, just pick a side, pick a team. So pick somebody that you're going to keep that trust in. So there's a lot going on in it. I feel like it's quite ambitious for quite a small book. And I got towards I think I got to about 50 pages before the end, and I'm like, are all my questions going to be answered? And I think the intention is to make it into a series. I mean, shocker, it wouldn't be a Stephanie Garber book if it didn't turn into a trilogy, right? So I'm on the fence about this one. I enjoyed it while I was reading it. However, the further I got through the book, the more I was like, really? This again? So there was a lot of repetitive themes, a lot of repetitive conversations, which does kind of make sense when you know what the ending is. Again, I think this and Catabasis are ones that I need to do more of a deep dive into the analysis around and actually organise my thoughts. After 24-hour readathon and just like 3-4 hours sleep after, the thoughts are not going to be organised. If you like Stephanie Garber's writing, you'll enjoy this. If you enjoy Caraval, you enjoy Once Upon a Broken Heart, I think you'd enjoy this. Okay. And then I couldn't Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I've got mucky fingerprints on. I'm so sorry. Which I've lost a dust jacket for. Now, I made the mistake of picking this up right at the end of my reading journey. And I did say this in the vlog, like, do I want to pick up a book that's a really big book and run the risk of not enjoying it because I'm tired? Which is why we went with the safe option, because I do enjoy Dungeon Crawler Carl. I started reading it like 10 o'clock at night, so I was getting a bit tired by that point. I had been reading for like 12 hours or something. I don't know, my vlog footage tells you. And I did I got about page like 400, and then I realised I hadn't really taken anything in for like the last couple of 100 pages. I was like, I have no idea what's going on, and that's just a symptom of being so tired. So I did actually go back a few chapters, and I've ended up on page 265 in the end, so about a third. This level and the book before are the ones that, you know, kind of like talked about a lot, other than like the 9th and the 12th floors. The 5th and the 6th floors were the ones that they are heavy in the plot. The 6th floor is the one where other people can come in and they can be the hunters. So we have been gearing up for this, and you know, in the last book, obviously, the Gate of the Feral Gods, we did see Carl destroy that little bit. So I have been quite looking forward to this one. I was looking forward to the one before it because it was going to be more I felt like it was going to be more quest driven with it being out in the open. I'm enjoying it so far. Despite being tired, I am actually enjoying the book. I like Matt Dinnerman's writing. I like the premise. Who doesn't love Carl and Donut? 24 hours reading, and I got through 3 and a bit books. A total of 1,500 pages in 24 hours, which isn't bad. Thank you again for watching. I will probably never do this again because I'm very tired, but I will see you again next week. Thanks for watching.